Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Jess with Love to Plan with Jess, and today we are going to be closing out my 2024 reading journal and getting January set up in my 2025 reading journal. So let's take a peek at what we have for the year. I guess we'll do kind of a flip through of this 2024 reading journal. So the way that I used these calendar pages is I would write the book that I read the day that I started reading it and an arrow to show how long it took me to write each book. So I did that throughout the year. You can see that there are some months like January where I read a lot of books and read them all very fast. And then some months like April and September where I only read a few books and it took me a lot longer to read them. Now we get to my currently and monthly pages. So the way that I used my currently pages in this journal was I would just put the book covers of all the books that I read and write in like the number of pages that I read. I think I started writing in the number of books that I read also midway through the year. But this is January. And then in the monthly section, I would put a box with the title of the book, the day that I started reading it. And I would use washi to show how long it took me to read that book. So I did that all year. So this was February and March and April. I only read 3 books that month. May, June, July, August, and September. I really like this one. I used some scrapbook paper here. I really like how I decorated this currently page. And this was the September monthly. October, I really liked this one too. The last couple of months of this journal, I really like the way that I decorated them. This was November. And now we get to December. So for the month of December, I read 5 books. We'll talk a little bit about them as I put the book covers on the page. So first, I'm just going to sort of space them out, kind of how we're going to list them here. So the first book that I read was 13. This was, first, let me start by saying all the books that I read, most of the books that I read in 2024, and all of the books that I read in December were thrillers. With thrillers, there tends to be a need for trigger warnings. I think most of these books that I read would require some trigger warnings. Definitely Dead Med, this one for sure. But if you are sensitive to certain topics that can be in thriller books, I would definitely take a look at the trigger warning. So I just wanted to put that out there. So the first book I read was 13, and this book was, this was a really good one. I liked this one a lot. It was about a celebrity trial where the man that was accused, he was accused of killing his wife and her lover. And I can't really say much. I feel bad when I sort of give these reviews because there tend to be like a lot of like twists and turns and like things that happen that you're not expecting. And so I don't want to ruin it if somebody wants to read the book. But this one was really good. There were some things in it that I didn't expect, and I really like this one. I gave this one 4.5 stars. The next book that I read was The Mother-in-Law, and this one I liked also. This one was about a couple that meets and gets married, and soon after the wedding, the mother-in-law moves in to their house, and like all kinds of bad things start happening. And the book like reveals a lot of secrets, and I liked it. This was a good one. The next book that I read was Don't Believe Her, and I think that this was my least favorite of the month. Well, it's the one that I rated the lowest. I gave this one 3 stars. It was still good though. And this was about a main character named Elle, and she has a best friend since like middle school. And when they were teenagers, the best friend runs away, but Elle thinks that something like more sinister happened to her. And she reaches out to this podcast that looks for missing people. And then suddenly the friend comes home and she's like kind of weary about it and thinks that there's like something off and isn't convinced that, well, I don't know if I should say, I don't think that I'm going to say anything else. But the book did have a lot of twists, but the reason that I rated it 3 stars is because I feel like for thrillers and for a lot of books, the plot can kind of be out there, right? And like unbelievable. But for this one, it just seemed a bit too out there and too unbelievable. So that's why I gave that one 3 stars. Oh, the next one I read was Dead Med. This one was my favorite book of the month. This was a really good book. It was a book about med students, and it tells a story of them from like the first day of med school to their final day, their final exam in their anatomy class. And it tells it from the perspective of 6 different people. So 6 different like students or teachers. And you kind of see the same story told sort of over and over again, but from the different perspectives. And I really, really liked this. This book is actually a rewrite by Frida McFadden. And she changed the title and changed a lot of things about the book. I didn't read the original one, but I did read that this was kind of a rewrite of a book that she had published originally. The last book that I read was You Can Trust Me, and this one I gave 4 stars. I don't know if I said I gave this one 5 stars. I gave Dead Med 5 stars. You Can Trust Me, I gave 4 stars. This was another really good book. I enjoyed reading it. This one was about 2 couples that like meet on vacation, or they're going on a vacation, and it's the anniversary of the main character, May. It's the anniversary of her brother's death. Her parents aren't able to join because her mother is sick. They go every year, and since her parents aren't able to come, her best friend and her husband like surprise her with this cruise. And when she's on the cruise, May disappears like the very first night, and the rest of the book is like spent trying to find her. So that was another good one. So those are all the books that I read for December. In here, we will write the number of books and the number of pages that I read. So I read 5 books, and I read 1,623 pages. Next, we go to the monthly, and in here I will put a box for the day that I start the book and washi to show how long it took me to read each one. So I need to grab some boxes and some washi. Okay, I have the sticker book that I used to decorate this spread, and there'll be some boxes in here, and then I just pulled some Plannything washi in like a brick red, a green, and a blue color. So the colors aren't perfect, but they will do. So the first book, I actually started in November, so we'll just put a box on the 1st, and I finished it on the 2nd, so that is going to be a quick one. Let's grab a red box for that. So put a red box on the 1st. The next book I started on the 3rd and read that one until the 10th. So we're going to put a box here. The 3rd one I started on the 11th. The 4th book I started on the 18th. Let's go back to the red. And the last book I started on the 23rd. Well, let's do a green one. Okay, now I'm just going to use the washi, and I'll kind of speed through this, but I'm just going to put the washi in here in between kind of where these boxes are to show how long I took to read each book. All right, I have my washi in, and now I'm going to put my book titles in here. So the first book that I read was 13. The next book was The Mother-in-Law. The next one was Don't Believe Her. On the 23rd, I started You Can Trust Me. And on the 18th, I started Dead Med. Now, I did start another book on the 29th, but I didn't finish it in December, so I will put that in my 2025 journal. All right, so this is all done. We can kind of take a quick peek at all of like my extra pages in here. So these pages are where I kind of do like a review. I put my star rating and a quote, favorite quote if I have one. You can see that I read 73 books in 2024. My original goal was 100. I was very ambitious and I started the year off really strong, but I obviously didn't make it to 100 books. My goal for 2025 is 75 books, so I'm hoping to read 2 more than I did in 2024. This is my bookshelf. Again, reading 100 books, didn't quite make it, but you can see all of the books that I read. I colored in the books that I read within the same month, like the same color, so you can kind of see like how many books were read each month. And then this is my reading 100 books, just kind of another way to look at it. Printed out these tiny little, oh, I didn't put this one on, printed out these tiny little book covers. I got this from Plan with Elise from her Etsy shop. So we can put this one right here. And this is my reading A to Z challenge. I didn't read a book that started with a J, a Q, a U, a V, an X, or a Z, but I did the rest. And I'll be doing another reading A to Z challenge in 2025. And this is my books and pages where I write the number of books and the number of pages that I read. So that is kind of a recap and closing out my 2024 reading journal. Now we are going to move on and set up my 2025. It is now time to jump into my 2025 reading journal. I have a video set of my 2025 setup. So if you missed it, you can go back and take a look at that. I kind of showed putting this whole thing together and creating a bunch of extra pages and things like that. So if you missed that, you can find that on my channel. The first thing that we are going to do is decorate my January currently and monthly pages. So I'm going to just pull them off the discs. And we'll start with the currently page. And like you saw in my 2024 journal, I'm going to be kind of using this the same way where I'll put my book covers in here and then just sort of decorate it. So I am going to have a book of the month. Now, the way that these currently pages are set up is different from the journal that I used last year. So there is this like section up here that I'm not sure if I'm going to utilize or if we're just going to kind of like white this out. I could always put like a photo of my book of the month, but I do have a sheet in my journal that I'm going to be putting a photo of the book of the month already. So I kind of feel like that might be redundant. So I'm kind of thinking, I guess I can just put like my boxes here for like the pages, the number of pages and the number of books that I read. And then this section, I don't know what I want to put there. I think I might just cover this up and have this like be decorative, or maybe we'll make this whole space up here decorative and put the book covers here. I think that that's what we'll do. So I'm going to be using Evergreen by Aesthetic Plans. This book released in December, and it's a beautiful book. And I think since we're going to be kind of covering up all this stuff up here, I'm going to use some paper stickers. And maybe we'll just use, I want to use some of these really big ones. So we can just kind of do like a forest scene up here. Is this the same sticker? It is the same sticker, isn't it? This one and this one. I think those are the same. I think this whole bottom part of the page, oh no, these leaves are different, but yeah, those two are exactly the same. Let's go ahead and use this guy. So I'm going to just take this really big sticker and we'll put it up here at the top. And I'm just going to white out important because the sticker isn't going to cover, like fully cover that up. So I have my Uniball Signo white gel pen. This is linked in the description if you're looking for it. I get them on Amazon. So we'll just put this right here. And then we can just trim this part off the side. And then we can just continue, I think, the, like the trees. Where did that page go that I was using? We can put some of these like leaves in too. But I think we can take just a couple of these trees and continue them, and maybe that we can use, I think that there's like a deer. Let's take this little deer and put him right here, kind of in the forest. Should we take this other big sticker? I guess we can, because then it'll cover most of that up. So let's take this other really big one. I'm gonna probably have to move, yeah, I'm gonna have to move this guy. All right, and then we're just gonna like layer this here. Again, I'm gonna have to white out this priorities. And we'll just layer these on top of each other. It's not like a perfectly seamless like transition from one sticker to the other, but that's okay. I think it's good enough. Maybe we can put this little deer kind of over this part that so that maybe it's not quite as obvious that those stickers are like overlapped. And then we just want to cover up this one here. Okay, I think that that's cute. I'm gonna take these like blue leaves and we can just sort of add them around the page. And let's trim this here. And then we can use this little scrap. Let's use it up here. The trash truck is outside, so I apologize if you can hear some noise. You might hear a little bit of commotion for a little bit. And I think I'm going to just take one more like set of trees and I'll put them down here at the bottom. Okay, perfect. And then we will put my book covers in here. Now, I don't know that I'm going to write the number of books and pages on this sheet because I am going to be tracking that on like a different page. So I think that we'll just leave it like this and then I'll put my book covers in at the end of January. So that one is all done. Let's move on to the monthly. I'm going to punch the holes here. I always forget to do this on camera, so now that I'm thinking about it, is a good opportunity. This is a We Are Memory Keepers punch. I have this linked in the description as well. It's a great tool, especially if you just need to punch a few holes. And in my opinion, it actually works a little bit better than the Happy Planner punch. It punches through like materials that the Happy Planner punch doesn't like so much. So there we go. And now we're gonna make the monthly pretty, and I have another Castatic Plans book. This is Seasonal Scenes, and the stickers in here are smaller, and so I thought that that would be great for this monthly calendar, because I am going to leave everything blank in the center, because I am gonna write the books that I read with the washi, so I want to leave the center part like completely blank. But we can take some of these like smaller icons and use those. So we'll put this here. Now these stickers, a lot of them are a little bit on the Christmas side. Like there are, like this one has like a Christmas tree and there's some presents, but we can maybe just try and use the ones that aren't so Christmas, right? Like this one we can use, and this like little hot air balloon, let's put that here on the sidebar. And I think we can use these, like this little deer here. That's cute. And then definitely some of these like wintry trees. Actually, let's see if we can make some space here, and I can put a tree here. So let's take maybe this one. I think this will probably fit the best. And I'll put this here, and then we can put this guy back. And then I want to put a little something down here. I think we can put a house. I think, will that fit? Maybe if we bring it all the way down to the bottom and we use this like smallest one. Yeah, that'll fit. Actually, I don't even think I need to bring it all the way down to the bottom. If I just trim the white part off, like the bottom and the top here. Yeah, this is gonna fit like perfectly right in that box. Okay, now we can just put some more of these stickers like along the sidebar here. Let's take another one of these little like houses. And again, I'm just going to trim the white part off so that it's, so that it's going to give me as much space for that sticker on the page before I'm gonna have to trim off the side. Let's take these birds. I know that there's ornaments on this, but I think we're gonna be okay with that. A little bow, that's not too Christmassy. And then we have some stars that we can use. Oh, there's 3 bows. We can use all the bows. Let's do a bow here. And I'm gonna take these other 2 bows. And did I get all the stars? Yeah. Okay, so let's use another bow here with like that star. And we can put like that star there. We also have some snowflakes. Let's use a couple of these snowflakes too. So I'll take a few. Let's do 2 for now because I can't fit any more on my fingers. We'll put 1 here. I think I'm going to move this star, and let's put a snowflake here. And we can do, let's do a bow here. And I'm going to switch this star because I have a lot of blue up at the top. So we're gonna add in like a red star, and let's do another snowflake here. We'll trim this off the top, and we can use this scrap up here. Okay, I think that this is cute. So this is all ready to go. Let's put it back in the journal. So I have my January currently page ready. This is where I'll put my book covers for all the books that I read. And this is the monthly page where we'll put a header box the day that I start a book and washi to show how long it took me to read it. And then I wanted to create one additional page for my journal. So I have some like annual trackers back here. Where'd they go? Stats. So I'm gonna have a bunch of different like annual stats for 2025. And one of them that I decided to include is the number of different authors that I read. And I thought that the best way to track that would be to have like a running sheet of all the authors that I read each month. So if there's a duplicate, like I won't rewrite the name, but then at the end of the year, I don't have to flip through like all of my different like trackers to find the author's names. I can just look at this list. So we're going to use the back of my books and pages tracker, and I'm going to create an author page, and this should be pretty simple. I'm just going to title it author, and then maybe just put a whole bunch of bullets down the side and decorate it a little bit. So let's put that together. I'm going to use Alpha Basics by Calvaplan to spell out author, and I just took a quick peek, and I have all of the letters to spell out author in this font. So I'm just going to use my ruler and put the letters on here. I am terrible at judging spacing, so if I try and like freehand and put the letters on the page, it never ends up centered. So I like to use a ruler to do that. So we're just going to spell out author. So I even did a terrible job at judging on this ruler. I almost ran out of room to put the letters on here. I'm going to grab some washi just so that this doesn't look quite so plain. So let's get some washi and some stickers to decorate. Since this is my reading journal, I thought that Live Love Posh Book Babe would be a great choice, and I want to use these stickers. They are fun, and I have some purple Plannything washi, and then I have this Live Love Posh Thin Essentials pastel, and I really like this like orangey peachy color. So I think we're going to layer those two together. So let's put, I think I want the washi going through like the center of the word author and not like at the top of the page. So I'm going to put this purple washi down, and then I think I want to put this one like on the top and the bottom of it. So kind of on either side of that purple washi. I think that will look cute. So put this one here on the top. And we'll put it on the bottom. All right, and now we can put author here. It is covering up most of that washi, isn't it? I wonder if I should put this higher so that you can see a little bit more of it. I think we'll do that. Let's put it like right here. And then you'll be able to see a little bit more of that washi. Okay, I think that that looks cute. I'm just gonna put a few stickers down now on the page just to decorate it a little bit, and then we will add in some bullets where I can list out all of the different authors that I read throughout the year. I hope that this stays down. I might have to use like some adhesive. Sometimes when you put stickers on a washi, they don't adhere as well. Let's take this. I kind of want to put it here, but then I guess we can start the bullets like over here. We're doing it. Put that there. And now I'm gonna need to find some bullets that are going to match. I don't know if I'm going to be very successful. We might just go with black bullets because I don't have the Mojo Jojo pastel and jewel tone check it off book. I am really, really hoping that Jojo restocks that because I really need those bullets. Let's see, let's put a teapot right here. Let's see if we can put a quote here in this space, and then we'll start our list here, and then I can do like 2 lists. I don't know. I kind of tend to read a lot of the same author. Is anybody else like that, where you tend to read books from the same author? And by kind of tracking this and tracking the number of different authors that I read, I'm hoping to venture out and to read books from different authors and not just stick to the ones that I always read. Oh, I didn't realize that that book and Babe was 2 separate stickers. Let's take the book one off too. So we can put book Babe here. And here's like a little open book. And put that right there. Okay, let's get some black bullets now, and we'll put bullets in so that I can list out all of my authors. I have Kelva Plan Noir Basics, and I know I have a ton of black bullets in here. So let's just, I think I sliced a bunch of these. So let's take the whole ones. I don't think I want to do like the sliced ones. So we'll just put in just bullets kind of going all the way down. So I put bullets in. I have 2 like columns of 15. So I have enough for 30 authors. If I need a couple more, I can put a couple more here and maybe even make like a 3rd column. But let's fill in the bottom here with a couple more fun stickers, and then this one will be all set. So I think we can take this book stack, and then maybe we'll do like another quote here at the bottom. So we'll put this one right here, and then let's do another quote. How about this one? This one says, bookshelves are portals to other worlds. So we can put this right here. All right, I think that page turned out really cute, so I'm going to put it back in my planner. Let's grab that We Are Memory Keepers punch again so I can punch these holes. And I'm actually going to punch up here too, because this book sticker is covering up a tiny bit of that hole. I don't even know if it punched it. There we go. And then the washi is covering up a little bit of that hole too. And then we can just punch these ones where we have this sticker covering up the punches. Okay, so we can put this now back in my planner or my journal, I guess I should call it, my reading journal. Now my 2024 reading journal is all complete, and we are getting into my 2025 reading journal. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.